tell me a little bit about your parents, what they were like and what your relationship with them was like?
My mum was known for just a huge, beautiful smile. Mum's death wasn't brilliant, I'm afraid, which sadly, it was hard to watch. Having counselling made me, it sort of prepared me, you know? I think, honestly, I know this is weird, but you can feel the love. When you walk through the doors, it's like a massive hug.
How would you feel that your grief's changed over time from those initial days to now? Welcome to the Life and Loss podcast. Today I'm joined by Tiff, who will be sharing her experience of losing both her parents, Ian and Sylvia, within 2 years of each other. Both were cared for by Forest Holme Hospice in their final days. We'll talk about what those experiences were like, how hospice care shaped her grief, and how she has navigated life after loss. Welcome, Tiff.
Hi.
So first of all, if you could just tell me a little bit about your parents, what they were like and what your relationship with them was like.
We had a lovely childhood. I'm the baby of 3 girls. Dad was very protective of his girls. My dad loved rock music. So from the age of about 10, he had very long hair. So you can imagine being a 15-year-old at parents' evening. I was not impressed, but hey, he looked cool. My mum was known for just a huge, beautiful smile. She loved gardening, walking, swimming. Her garden, she was like Kew Gardens. She'd always come and do mine. So now when I do mine, I'm not a gardener. I do sit there, look up at her and think she must be laughing her head off. But yeah, very happy childhood. So.
And in your adult life, in 2016, your mum sadly became unwell, and her illness was meant she was deteriorating, and she was eventually admitted to Forest Holme Hospice in Poole.
Yeah.
Did you have any preconceptions of what hospice care was or what to expect?
No, I think I'm like anyone else, to be honest. Before that, when you say the word hospice, you're like, hospice.
Yeah.
You think, oh gosh, it's the dreaded word. So I honestly I didn't know what to expect at all. My mum was at home, she was getting very sick. Pauline came out, and I actually went to school with Pauline. And I thought, immediately I was thinking, oh, a friendly face.
Pauline, the community
nurse.
Yes.
Yeah. She came in to see my mum, and she said that your mum needs to go to hospice, and it's called Forest Holme. So I was like, inside I was screaming my head off, but I had to be brave for my mum. I was like, oh, come on, it'd be really good for you and everything. And she was really super positive too. You know, she was a trooper with her illness. So we went, the first time when we went there, I walked in with mum, and it just wasn't what I was expecting. I think, honestly, I know this is weird, but you can feel the love. When you walk through the doors, it's like a massive hug. From when you go to the reception, the smiles, it's a sad place, but also there's so much like love, and the care there is amazing. And we were showed to the room. She was always spoken to really, personal. So yeah, it wasn't what I expected. It was amazing, to be honest.
And your mum was cared for there in her final days of life. Have you got any memories of what her final hours were like and what her death was like within the hospice?
Mum's death wasn't brilliant, I'm afraid. Mum and Dad's were poles apart. So yes, it was quite a tricky last day, I would say. Her body really fought. She was not going out without a fight, which sadly, it was hard to watch. But the nursing staff did everything. We'd say, you do this? They did it straight away. They did the best they could, but sadly, she fought it.
Yeah.
And it was scary to watch, to be fair, but I can remember standing there, and I actually had my hands like this because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to scream because what you're looking at. And suddenly these arms come round me from behind, led me out, and it was Claire. And she just looked at me and she said, just let it out. And, I didn't ask. It's like you don't ask. They know when you need them. And it's, you know, they're just there. It's amazing. They're absolute angels, to be fair.
And how important were those reassurances in those sort of scary hours for you when you felt very vulnerable?
Very. I mean, you don't know what's going on. You know what's coming. You don't want it to come. You do want it to come because you don't want her to be in pain. You've got every emotion going through your head. And they're there. Carmel, she comes stood next to me. She held my hand. That held in my hand made me strong. You know, I felt, I can. You know, prepare yourself for what's coming. Yeah. It was amazing. It's the care there is something I've never witnessed. And, you know, they're there just to put an arm around you. It's amazing.
We will take a moment to pause whilst you reflect on your own personal experience of loss. If you feel able, share your thoughts by commenting below. We hope that by sharing this personal experience, you will feel less alone in your grief. And you spoke, you said your dad's death was very different, and in hospice care there's a lot of talk about a good death. Do you believe it's possible to achieve that, and what did his death look like?
I 100% believe that, and the gift you want anyone that's in their final moments is them to just go very quietly, and actually he did. It was very serene. So I do believe that if you go to a hospice, they can achieve that. Yeah. You know, they do their best. They do what they have to do, you know, and he suddenly just drifted off. We actually thought at one stage that he had gone because it was so serene, but he didn't. And he actually, you know, he just drifted off very nicely.
And in those immediate moments after both your mum and your dad had died, what support was offered to you by the staff there, and what difference did that make?
So, they come in and did what they had to do, obviously, and they told us that there was lots of help that for the days and months after, that we could go in the next day. Because sometimes you have to wait for death certificates. Well, that's all done very nicely, and you haven't got to wait. Everything's tied up very nicely, to be honest, which is a help. The support was there. They said that we could have counselling and stuff, which I did go on to have. So, but yeah, it was all Ness come in. It was all, she was like her big, lovely blue eyes. I can always remember her looking up at Ness, you know, like in your worst moment, and just looking at her just made me feel, someone's, you know, we've got help here. Yeah. So it was, they're brilliant.
And do you think that support and the experience that you had has made a difference to your grieving?
Definitely. So when my mum died from my dad, it was like 16 months. So we were just coming out of my mum dying, and then my dad got ill. And between that, having counselling made me, it sort of prepared me, you know, because obviously I knew what was coming with my dad, and it was so close together with my mum and dad. Having the counselling between prepared me for what was coming. Yeah. So it did help, yes.
And losing both your parents, that must be have a huge impact on you. Did it change how you felt about your identity, or any other way you felt about yourself?
It was weird because I didn't think I had time because of the time gap between them. I didn't really have time to think like that. And it was funny because a couple of months after, I was watching a programme, and this girl said, "Oh, I've got no parents." And I thought, "Oh my God, nor have I." Yeah. And it was weird. It was like a massive slap around my face. I was like a reality thinking. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've got no parents." And I felt like a child. It was really a very unsettling feeling. Yeah. And I thought, no, I haven't got my mum and dad. My dad used to ring me at 7 every night, and you think, oh no, they're not there. It's so bizarre. Yeah, it is weird, sad.
Do you find specific dates quite hard, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, or birthdays and bits like that?
I think all the firsts, everyone talks about the first, isn't it? The first birthday, anniversary. I think my only one that always is hard-hitting is Mother's Day and Father's Day, because it's everywhere. Yeah. You walk in every shop and you're like, oh, go away.
Yeah.
And I don't think it gets better sometimes. I just think it's like, oh God, you just want to sort of not look. But yeah, I think they're the worst. Mother's Day, because they're more personal and specific, like everyone's mother, but people don't know when your dad's birthday is or your mum's birthday, so you can hide it. Yeah. But with Mother's Day and Father's Day, it's like, it's very public. Yeah. So I think that's the worst.
How do you feel that your grief's changed over time from those initial days to now?
I do think it gets better as such. You know, I think you get busy and get on with your life, but you still have reminders. I like to keep them very alive in my life around us. So, but yeah, I do think it does get better, but I don't think I'll ever get over it, to be honest. It's hard. Yeah. So.
And final question for you, Tiff. If someone watching this podcast today has lost both of their parents, what advice would you give to them?
Keep their memory alive. I always think that's the best. And be kind to yourself. You know, if you don't want to talk, don't. If you do, you do. You've just got to look after yourself, firstly. But, you know, there's a lot of help out there. You know, with social media now, there's a lot of groups out there. But just be kind to yourself and keep them alive. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us for the Life and Loss podcast. If you'd like more information on our charity, you can visit our website, which is foresthomehospice.org.uk. Thank you. Please remember to like, comment and share this episode to help us reach more people. At Forest Holme Hospice Charity, we offer this podcast and many other resources to support people through life's most difficult times. If our work has made a difference to you, please consider making a donation by visiting the link in the description. Thank you.